Welcome back to the Mail-In Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Mam, and to my right, the lovely, the one and only, the particularly blue today, Sally DeFries. Hey, Sally.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm on my last 2 days of being 32.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So your birthday is
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
Happy almost birthday. Let me be the first
Yeah.
to wish you a happy almost birthday.
You know what I'm doing?
What are you
On
doing?
my birthday?
Going to H-Town.
Going to a meetup. I guess technically it's the day after, but
it is. The old stomping ground. Sally back in Houston, where she used to pregame to fix you.
no, we pre-gamed to fix you in college.
Oh, I guess that would have been Austin. You did do an early birthday celebration last night, didn't you?
Yes.
And that involved something I'm curious about. Based on what Will, your husband, has said, you basically went to a pasta bar that acts like an omakase sushi restaurant.
Yes.
Can you explain that concept?
So it's literally called Pasta Bar.
Okay.
And the
Aptly
people who started it also have a concept called Sushi Bar that I think started in LA. I don't know if it's called the same thing.
Okay.
And then was brought to Austin as a sushi omakase. So that was like, 12 seats, however many courses, whatever. And they changed the concept to pasta, and they make all this like handmade pasta. And I'd been seeing people post about it, and you have to buy tickets because it's obviously like they only do 3 seatings a night. It's like 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 9:30, or 5 o'clock, 7:15, and 9:30. And you have to buy your reservation basically. Like it's $25 to like secure a seat. And then obviously the tasting menu it was a little expensive.
A little pricey?
But I bought these tickets like a month ago, and I was like, well, like you can't ever go on like a Friday or Saturday because those sell out immediately. And I guess they release all the reservations on like the first of the month.
Okay.
So I bought them at the beginning of June, and I was like, well, Tuesday will be good because I don't work on Wednesday. It's my birthday week. It was great.
Okay.
But we were out to like 11:30, which is way past our bedtime.
Oh boy. Will said there were a couple cocktails flowing too.
There were cocktails.
Whoopsie.
The other thing is that like a 9:30 reservation for me, I cannot do anymore. I'm too hungry by then. I'm exhausted. Like I don't want to be out really. So we had to have our babysitter come at 8 so we could like go do something. Because if I would have sat there till we like left at 9, I would have.
Hey, you guys, y'all had a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just got after it. What did you get? I'm looking at their Instagram right now. It looks like inventive dishes, to say the least.
So it was 11 courses. The first course was bread. It was sourdough.
Oh, I'm such a sourdough guy right now.
It was a 57-year-old starter.
Whoa.
But it was really cool, and the food was amazing. It was a great meal. Definitely up there for like one of the best meals I've ever had.
Really? Okay.
But it does not take my place as like the best meal I've ever had, I think. And I know that one of their concepts has like won a Michelin star, but it might have been a little too pretentious. You know?
I see. Okay.
Like the chefs obviously take their job really seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that. And I've seen a lot of, I don't know any chefs personally, and I only know what I know from like watching Top Chef and Chef's Table and shit like that.
Sure.
Like I know that they can be kind of pretentious assholes.
They can. Restaurants
like,
just have that
in
there's
general.
Uniquely pretentious attitude
I
about some
also
of the
like
restaurants.
understand where they're coming from. They're artists, but I also want to be like, it's not that deep. Like, and I know that I'm probably really insulting some people here because that guy, it was a really, really great meal. But I also feel like the girl next to us was like name dropping anybody she could and like just trying to impress the chef. And I was just like, I don't know. It was great. Will I do it again? No.
Interesting. Okay.
But I also feel like those are the types of meals that you're not like, oh, let's make this like a regular Tuesday.
Yeah, you're taking
it's
a shot.
Experience.
Yeah.
You do the experience. I think, like, I don't know if you've been to Otoko, is also
No,
an
I haven't yet.
omakase. I think once you do it once, you're like, "That was amazing.
Mhm.
We're good."
The thing with omakase and tasting menus to me, period, is the portions. I don't like to have small portions over a long period of time and just like
Yeah.
one bite of food and then I'm
I actually
doing
felt
it.
like this was perfectly portioned. I am real crazy about that too because I am always hungry and want to like gorge myself. But I was pleasantly full at the end of it, like very full.
Okay.
And I wasn't so stuffed at the beginning. It was very well timed and portioned out.
Did you have a favorite dish?
Um we really liked, or I really liked, they did. I mean, so each thing was a different, besides the bread and the desserts, each element or each course had an element that was pasta, but it
Okay.
didn't like all follow whatever. So like one of the first pastas we got was like a lobster, like creamy pasta. It was so good.
Ooh,
The
okay.
next one was like this kimchi thing that was really, really good.
Mhm.
The steak was great, obviously super rich. I don't know. I liked it all. I
Okay.
have pictures of it. It was really beautiful, but I felt kind of like an asshole, just like he's like presenting it, and I'm like out here with my portrait mode on, like getting pictures, but then everyone else
Yeah.
at the table is doing the same thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
Okay. You know, I'll probably do for one of those experiences, especially on the sushi front.
yeah,
Although I don't like to get super adventurous with my sushi, so
yeah,
that might be a problem. But I'm not like just California cream cheese roll guy either.
yeah.
I can mess around.
The Somme was great, and they did wine pairings. We
That's
just had
fun.
a couple glasses of wine. Like, had it not been a Tuesday, and also had I not been a little bit weary of how much we were spending, I might have done the wine pairing.
Mhm.
But then when we left, I was like, thank God I didn't do the wine pairing. I would
Yeah.
be hammered right now. And I don't need to do that on a Tuesday night, like on a random
Hey,
Tuesday.
why not? Why
Why
not?
not?
Why
You
not
know?
listen to this podcast, actually? Tell a friend about it, maybe. We're getting clips out. We got A-Town, the clip god. He's running around there making segments, clips, and all the like. So that's what we do on the Mail In Podcast. Please subscribe on iTunes, follow on Spotify, or hit the hotline number. That's 888-362-MAIL, 888-362-6245, or you can write in at the link in the Twitter bio at Mail In Podcast. 4 voicemails today, Sally.
Wow.
We're
People
cooking.
really calling in
People just
their free
calling in,
time.
seeing what's up. The first one is not a voicemail, however. Let's dig right into it. Hey, guys. Do I have to go to lame company outings that are scheduled outside of the work week? For context, I worked at a smallish 50-person startup, and for some reason, they love to have get togethers once a month on Saturdays. On top of this, they also have bi weekly happy hour. I don't dislike my coworkers, but I view work as work, and I would rather not spend my time off at these events. What do I do?
I think this just depends on how what you see your future at this company as.
Okay.
If you want to move up the ranks at this company and like have some equity in it, etc., it looks good to be a team player and be there,
Sure.
like shaking hands and kissing babies and talking to Sharon from accounting. But
Right.
like, I also fall in the same like category of like work is work and my home life is my home life, and I
Mhm.
don't want them to mix very well. I have some great friends at work, a couple that I see outside of work, but like as a rule, I don't really feel the need to like do a lot of stuff with work people.
Yeah.
That probably ostracizes me at work because obviously I'm at a big company, but
Mhm.
there's a whole crew of people that are my age that go out all the time together.
Really?
Um,
Oh, man, and they're
I
like,
probably get left out because I'm a
"Damn."
mom and like
You're like,
not
"There's
cool.
that mom Sally just
Yeah.
bringing down the fun
But
everywhere."
I was the same way when I worked in the ICU. Like a bunch of people were all friends. And it's not that I didn't want to be friends with them, but also I feel like when you are around people that you work all the time with, and
Mhm.
then you're also around them all the time outside of work, it's really easy to get sick of those people.
Sure.
And it's really easy to let those lines like blur. And so shit that you're annoyed about at work gets brought into your personal life
Mhm.
and vice versa. If you're like pissed at them in your personal life and then you let it affect your work situation.
Or God forbid you hook up with one of them.
Yeah.
And now you're really cooking with gas.
You know, I personally am like, I don't think that this person has to go to that stuff. I think maybe one happy hour a month if you
Yeah.
feel so inclined, because that's easy and you're going after work. But like, my Saturday is my Saturday. Like, I'm saying all this with the caveat that we're going to a meetup, which is a work
Okay.
event for Will.
We don't, we don't do that many meetups. though.
But y'all, exactly. Like, y'all don't do a ton of stuff together outside of work, but also it's a different situation here. The company is really small and you're all friends, so like people
Yeah.
hang out one on one.
Yeah, we golf. We do there. We like,
Yeah,
but a lot
but
of the
they're not
times we-
work sanctioned events. It's not
Right.
like everyone has to be there. You know.
Dave and I have tended, whenever we end up at Carve, we develop business, whether it's a real estate agent, whether it's a perhaps like a golf resort developer. Shouts to the Travis Club, which may be the first time it's being spoken of on a podcast, but can't even find any details about it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you. I if you know like your boss, your boss's boss, and your boss's boss's boss are all going to rip a Saturday, like maybe you stop by real quick.
Yeah.
But at a 50-person startup, it sounds like it's a little more of a flat hierarchy.
Yeah.
So maybe hit the first one. You know, it goes back to that adage that your first month or first 3 weeks of the company is the like one opportunity you have to build a reputation.
Yeah.
No matter what you do after that, you're always seen in the light of the first 3 weeks, which I think is crazy. But
I
maybe just
also
go to the first
get a
one.
little weary about like work events that are out in the wild instead of at work, because then you also run the risk of like getting super hammered at one of them
Yeah.
and making a fool out of yourself.
Sure.
And personally, I don't want the people that I work with to like see me just like blackout. You know?
Are you a blackout on Saturday?
No, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like then you have to like face some awkward like
Mhm.
the next
Oh yeah.
the next
You
week.
walk
of,
in on
like,
Monday.
oh,
Oh, there's Sally.
yeah. Talk about scary.
There's Sally, gal.
So
Can you do me a favor on Saturday?
mhm.
Can you remind me every once in a while to have a water? Not as much for like don't get hammered purposes, but it's going to be 110 degrees.
Yeah.
And you'll see my face. My pale red face is going to be
Just do it 1 and 1. So have a drink, have a water. Have a drink, have a water. It's easy to remember.
1 and 1. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I
But
will
yes.
have on Saturday morning though, before the meetup. Like I've been doing every morning since I received this package, is having my athletic greens, Sally. I'm a huge fan of athletic greens. I said this the last time we did the read for them. I can only double down on this more. I do
Mhm.
these every day. I have my little scooper that I literally wake up, roll out of bed, walk to my kitchen, not even shower yet, nothing. Have my little shaker bottle, pop the scooper in, one scoop, bam. Maybe like a little emergency, like a little zinc kind of thing too. And then shake it up with some water and boom, down the hatch. I love it. It's like part of my routine now.
Yeah.
Literally makes me feel more alert, just kind of better overall, makes me feel more like fulfilled. I knowing that my body is getting the 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens that it needs to start your day right. You kidding me? It supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All of the things. You're on this train too, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I have it every morning before work.
Every
And-
morning.
Well,
before.
every morning. But every morning, what I do, I think I said this last time too. I like it like really cold. It's
I do too.
easily chuggable for me.
Mhm.
So I mix it up the morning before the night before my bottle.
Oh,
Put
and
it
you
in
put
the
it
fridge and then just grab it on the way out.
That's
Drink
good.
it on the way to work.
I like that
Easy.
move. It's the one thing with the best things. AG, Athletic Greens, uses the best of the best products based on the latest science with constant product iterations and third-party testing. Plus, it costs you less than $3 a day, which I'm sure you're getting smoothies at work. Everybody's getting kale salads. Everybody's getting this, that. Lunchflation is the thing.
Mhm.
Well, start your day with Athletic Greens. That's That's breakfast for me. And guess what? It is absolutely fantastic. You're investing in your health and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. You hear that out there? I know Adam's like, yep, that's true. You're investing in an all-in-one nutritional insurance. And right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. Just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/mailin. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/mailin to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. How about a voicemail, Sally?
Let's do it.
Hey guys, we all know when it comes to jobs, it's not the salary, but the benefits. So I gotta ask, what's the best benefit you've ever gotten from a job that's not salary related? For example, right now I work in a job where I get free lunch every day, and it's really good. So what's a benefit you've gotten in either your current job or a job you've already had? I'll hang up and listen.
Best, let's say non-compensation related job. So like equity, salary, commission are out of this. But what is your best job benefit?
I mean, working in healthcare, you're not like,
To say, dude, like if you break your leg, is that just free?
no, no, I wish. The hospital that I used to work at, if you worked there and you had a baby, like the whole thing was free because they
Oh,
had
that's
their
cool.
own like women's center.
Yeah.
That was not the case when I had a baby. Uh, I did get my
Oh.
epidural for free.
Sweet.
I mean, if I have anesthesia, I get it for free.
I've heard, being a not a veteran of the birthing process, I've heard the epidural needle is intense. Or maybe it used to be, because my dad passed out when my mom got the epidural for
Yeah,
me.
usually we make the dads leave the room or sit in front of their partner
Really?
because it freaks them out.
Yeah, my dad had the story. He had 4 nurses around him, and my mom had 1 on her.
Yeah, we do the same thing when I do spinals for C-sections. We don't let the dad come back and watch.
Interesting.
Well, the epidural needle is like
Yeah, that's
5 inches
oh
long
my God.
on a regular one, but you can do longer ones.
Oh
It's,
God.
yeah.
Chills. Okay. Best benefit.
I would say though, so like I said, working for a healthcare company in general, it's not like I work in tech where we like have free snacks and like yoga classes and whatever. But I do get free lunch, free anything from the cafeteria and
Sure.
coffee, etc., which is a pretty decent perk. I mean, when you're buying lunch all the time, that adds up.
Mhm.
So, and I also got it free when I was a student, which was great. And I should have taken advantage of it, but I was like trying to be healthy. So I would like bring my own lunch and I was really poor. So I was spending money on groceries and I should have just been eating the hospital food.
That's fair. That's
The
fair.
hospital food is fine. It's not
Yeah.
great.
And so isn't there like a hospital food joke? It's like airplane food. Jerry Seinfeld.
It totally depends on where you're at. Like when I worked at Texas Children's, they actually had great hospital food.
Oh, good.
Ours is decent. We have like a little bistro that's good, but
I think I brought this up on this podcast, I think, but I was like seeing a doctor with like a Big Mac and a cigarette outside because they're just like, I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
Right now. I'm just, let me be.
Yeah.
Nose is fine. I know it's not good for her. Like, just.
I think that's gotten a little bit better. Hopefully. When I see people smoking outside the hospital that I like are doctors, I'm like, you got to get your shit together.
Yeah. I saw a dentist today. There's a dentist spot by my apartment, and I saw a dentist buying the chewing tobacco, like Zins, the nicotine fake ones. I was like, interesting.
It's not great.
Well, better than the alternative, I guess. But when I think of benefits, I think of like PTO, I think of unlimited vacation, I think of 401k and like company matches. I can go into 401ks all day. But my favorite one was at Barstool. In our health insurance, we got 35 comped chiropractor appointments a year. So you
Oh,
basically go every other week
Yeah.
for free to the chiropractor and get reset. And I always thought that was such a weirdly specific thing. Like Mr. Chernin, I'm sure maybe that was like hey, this is going to be included in everybody's thing. With the health insurance there was awesome.
Did you go to the chiropractor?
No, I didn't. I couldn't find one in New York that was like not sketchy one, or had an appointment in like the next 4 months available.
Yeah.
So I never used it.
You didn't use that.
No,
You
I
don't.
did not. But it was cool.
y'all kind of have unlimited vacation here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Unlimited vacation,
Gives it
solid.
like an open vacation policy, which is nice.
Yeah. The thing with unlimited vacation now, right, is that it's sort of used against you. You almost end up taking less vacation because you don't want to look like abusing the unlimited PTO time.
Yeah.
But I've never had a job where I have to go into
Put it in a calendar.
careers.blank.com and be like, I'm out from July 9th to July 14th. Click. Like I've never had to do that before.
Yeah, I have to.
I mean, I've had.
We can only have like a certain amount of people off per day, because otherwise we can't like function.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense for a extremely important position like yours, and we do podcasts.
Well, somebody at my job has to be working around the clock. Like, we have to have people there.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. The other thing, when I worked in Denver, we obviously got like the game day like care packages. So every day you'd walk in, there'd be like a new polo, there'd be a new pair of sweatpants, a new like windbreaker, and we got to go to the games for free. That was pretty cool.
I think, technically this is a job for me too. Probably the biggest perk for this is like when we do ad stuff and we get to try stuff out.
Oh yeah, like sponsor stuff.
Yeah.
You got there's some cool ones.
Like I said, I was gonna try Athletic Greens because I was being targeted on Instagram, and I was like, and then we got sent it, and I was like, oh,
here we go.
I actually really do like this. I would have bought it anyway.
Some of the best ones that I'm jealous of, like I think Barstool now, I think they have like a lunch allowance. You just have like a card or whatever. You have an Uber allowance that if you work till like 6 or 7 o'clock, you get like an Uber paid for versus taking the subway, which I just paid for Ubers for like 3 years. Nightmare. And then the other one, I'm just thinking of like kind of going through my brain, was in Denver. We obviously had quite the kitchen set up, and like smoothie lounge where it was, built for obviously a sports team. So they had like every milk, every yogurt, every fruit, everything like just lined up.
Y'all are gonna make a wash smoothie lounge?
I think that's in the next HQ.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I was like,
you can let Dave.
This could be it could be a business. Like you making your own smoothie, like a smoothie bar that's not like you stand up there and like put the menu. You just go through like a line, like a grocery store, and then put your little smoothie on the thing.
This is so off topic, but
oh boy.
Well, obviously, Will and I have been watching Love Island because.
Oh, I started watching last night
on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they bring in one of the girls. You'll meet her soon. Her job is being the like attendant at a lounge in a medical building. So essentially, like we have the doctor's lounge, and there's two people that work in there that like do all the food, like make all the coffees, etc.
Yeah,
but she essentially works at a like hospital smoothie bar, essentially. But every time she says where she works, she's like, I work in a medical office. So you think that she's about to say she's a nurse or something, and then she's like making smoothies. And you're like,
I see.
But then like sometimes she'll say she's like a lounge host, and so you're like, either you work in Vegas or you're a nurse. Like pick the one thing that you want to represent. Mm-hmm. You'll meet her soon.
She could be working in Vegas as a nurse doing smoothies. Let's do the next one, Sally.
Okay.
Brett, Sally, hello. I need to uninvite a couple people from my wedding, and I'm interested in your feedback in doing so. Background is we took the American Airlines approach of wedding planning and oversold the number of invites we gave out relative to the seats in the venue. Like 130 some invites for around 115-ish seats. Our parents got a list of people or spots to fill out, and we then fill in the rest with our friends. We added a few fringe friends to round everything out, but then just yesterday, 3 months before the event, my mom comes in with 2 more people she wants to add. We don't have space for this. We let her know that. She still throws an absolute fit, plays all the cards. It was a wonderful phone conversation. Anyway, we're going to bump these 2 fringe friends off just to make sure that she's accommodated here. But what's the move of letting some people you haven't spoken with in like a calendar year, even though they got to save the date, they're not going to get an invite? Do I just assume it gets lost in the mail? Do I even send a courtesy text to people that I haven't really spoken with? Interested in your thoughts. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
Uh-oh.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
I guess
I don't know what you do.
I guess technically the right answer here is that you have to say something.
Yeah, you at the very least, you're looking at a courtesy text. In my brain, I am like, well, we can pull up a couple chairs. I know it doesn't work like that, especially with venues that end up being very strict. But man, if you're going to save the date, you're getting an invite, or or you're just going to make mom really unhappy.
Okay, so my question is, because they haven't sent out invites yet, that
Yes.
there's a chance that people may RSVP no, and then they'll have maybe room to invite these 2 friends.
No, that's definitely the answer, right? Because if they're well,
So,
unless there's something we're missing, but
so a lot of times though, people have a decent idea of who's going to say yes and no to them. Because especially if it's like an out of town wedding and they've already talked to people,
Sure,
sent save
yeah.
the dates, etc. I mean, okay, here's the hierarchy of like what the correct answers is.
Okay.
The first correct answer is tell your mom to fuck off. Sorry. Sorry.
Zing.
It's not her wedding,
Yeah.
and it's not about her, and she's gonna have to chill out.
Yeah.
Like, I get why you're like, okay, we'll make room because you're gonna throw a fit. But this is what really bothers me about weddings. Like, parents don't get it, and even if your parents are helping pay, it's still not a party for them. It's a party for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that some parents can act like petulant children because they want to like bring,
Whoever.
Tanya from The Office to like, she's
Mhm.
told Tanya all about the wedding. Now Tanya has to come, even though Tanya's never met either of you.
Correct.
And this is why weddings are incredibly stressful to plan, because it's very difficult to like tell your parents that.
Sorry, like my friend's getting an invite over your friend,
Right.
Because it's my wedding.
So there's that. But also it kind of sounds like this guy's like the friends he invited, he's like pretty willing to like.
Yeah, they got the courtesy invite to
Yeah.
begin with.
And it probably follows my one rule of wedding invitations, which is if you don't want to have a 5-minute conversation with them at your wedding, they don't deserve to be there.
Ooh.
This is
Okay.
your friends, your parents' friends, relatives.
Mm-hmm.
Like if our rule was if we haven't met them and I don't want to talk to them, then they're not coming. And then we didn't have a wedding.
And then I talked to Sally every day or every week, had them for an hour. Zing. I'm kidding.
Sorry, Brett.
It's okay.
That was for our original wedding.
I know.
That
I was
we
going to the
canceled.
OG one.
And you know why we canceled it? Because
'Cause
planning with your parents is
It's a
really
nightmare.
stressful and terrible.
/ the Harbor Springs City Council.
Yeah, the Harbor Springs City Council was the worst. Anyway, so second answer is, can you wait on sending an invite and see if people say no, and then you have space for the friends to like throw out an invite? You run the risk of them finding out.
Yeah, they find your like the not website.
Well, or they like find out that like they are friends enough with people to like who got the invitation first. This happened to us a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
Will and I
Okay.
were invited to a wedding like originally,
Mhm.
but a lot of people couldn't go to the wedding, and
Okay.
so they started like they had like a second wave of invites,
Oh man, that
and
stresses me out so much.
everyone like knew about it. That was the thing, like because the people that they invited in the second wave were like friends with us, so like
Oh
they
man.
knew the people who got invited later on were like, well, we know that other people have already gotten an
Well,
invitation.
did they get save the dates? Like, how does that, or did they just get a straight up invite?
They
Like
just got like a
boom.
straight up invite.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Also, it stresses me out having people like say no to my wedding.
Well, but like they always tell you too, like the wedding planner told us, she was like, you would expect like 70% of people to probably
That's
say yes.
so low in my mind.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm just like an automatic yes to I drop everything for
Yeah.
weddings, but man, that's low.
Well, and especially when you're having a destination wedding, like you forget,
That
it's
well,
hard
that
for
makes
people
yeah,
to like make
that
the
makes
trek.
sense. Goodness.
So that's your second option. Third option is
They got a text.
you gotta say something, and you say like, I just want to let you know we're getting married on this day.
Mhm.
We ended up having to go with a smaller venue,
Oh yeah.
because of cost, and that led to some hard decisions. We would love for you to be there, but maybe we can celebrate after. No one's gonna fault you for like throwing out the like money excuse.
Yeah. And they're also like
Inflation's bad. People are down
was-
bad. We gotta,
I'd argue more than half the time the couple that you have uninvited is gonna be like, okay, thank you. Like
yeah. Especially if you even talk to them, you just be like, we're really sorry.
Yeah.
This is like sending out texts like these is not great. You can say something like that kind of alludes to the fact that you might be just inviting some other people. But
I'd be like, if I was the guy that got it, I'd be like, well, give me my pizza stone back.
yeah.
Your engraved pizza stone.
And then finally, the fourth in the hierarchy of things that you can do is just ghosting them and then hoping they don't say anything.
Which probably would happen. Like
Yeah.
if they're like, oh, that's the wedding we have to save the date for. That's weird. But they see like one Instagram post about it. I don't know. I think if it's really a problem, you shoot them a text. And my number one answer here is the wait and see.
Yeah.
Wait for the RCPs.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I don't hate though?
What?
When I cook with Green Chef.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, Sally. Two of my favorite sponsors both have the word green in them today. I'm not wearing any green, but Green Chef has, as you'll find out later in this episode, helped me on a fitness, healthy eating, clean diet journey.
Okay.
Because my doctor has told me that I should probably think of taking sodium or curtailing the sodium intake that I have going. So I've done that with the help of Green Chef. Green Chef offers more variety and flexibility than ever before with double the choice. What they are, by the way, is you get a meal kit, I guess is the better way to put it. And you put it together like a chef.
Yeah.
It's not frozen. It's not like grab and go. You're putting a meal together.
They're involved, but they're not difficult.
It's all pre-portioned stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like the exact amount of mayonnaise or the exact number of onions or potatoes
And
or greens, etc.
Everything takes like less than 30 minutes.
Correct.
Which is nice.
Absolutely.
And all the meals are really good.
They're so good.
Yeah.
They are so good. And it doesn't matter if you're super healthy or if you have, you're maybe a decent eater like I was. There is always something for you with Green Chef. And with seasonal produce, premium proteins, and organic ingredients, you can trust Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. With Green Chef, you can expect elevated fare of a consistent, top-notch quality featuring premium ingredients and sustainably sourced produce. Like I said, #1 meal kit for eating well. You want to know what's on the menu this week for Green Chef?
Yeah.
How about, let me decline that offer that I'm about to tell you about. How about balsamic mushroom and tomato cod? You kidding me? Beef and mushroom chili.
Ooh.
Pork chops with Creole Dijonnaise. Come on. Greek salad with chicken? Maybe salmon with creamy lemon herb butter?
They're all so good.
So good. So
Every
good.
single one of them. Every one, even when it's like stuff that I'm like, I don't really know if I like that. I make it and then I'm like, oh, that was delightful.
I have made this one multiple times. This is the sweet and spicy orange cauliflower bowl,
Oh,
which,
we haven't made that one yet.
oh man, Sally, I'm a big bowl guy now, thanks to Green Chef.
Yeah.
Basically replacing worse for you grains with rice.
Yeah.
And cauliflower has become a routine staple for me because it, you can kind of coat it in anything and it tastes pretty good.
It's great vehicle food. Yeah.
It's a great vehicle food. And that's why I think you need to try Green Chef 2 out there, because Sally and I love it. I cook by myself. It's great for a guy who lives by himself, great for single guys, or guys in a relationship where their girlfriend doesn't live with them. It's great for families. Sally and Will make this stuff with Fritz in the house. Bet you Fritz would even enjoy some of this
Fritz
stuff.
gets a little bit of some of the stuff we eat, as long as it's not spicy.
So start your own Green Chef journey, I guess. Go to greenchef.com/mail135 and use code MAIL135 to get $135 off across 5 boxes, plus free shipping on your first box. That's greenchef.com/mail135 and use code MAIL135 to get $135 off across 5 boxes of your subscription. Free shipping on your first box as well. It's the #1 meal kit for eating well, Sally. How about a voicemail? Again.
Perfect.
Hey, Brett and Sally. I am a super long time listener, even way back when Dorn was the host, and I'm in quite the pickle. A really good friend of mine asked me to be in her wedding, and a month later, a cousin and his fiance that I'm also very close with asked me to be in their wedding as well, but it's on the same day. Can't figure out what to do. Would appreciate some advice. Bye.
2 weddings, 1 day. Really good friend and a cousin. What are you doing, Sally?
Okay. I think you go with whoever asked you first.
You can play that rule very easily.
But I also am like, if you're closer with your cousin and you'd rather be at the cousin's wedding, then you can be like, hey, I was also asked to be in the cousin's wedding. I'm so sorry, but I have to be at my cousin's wedding.
There you go. You have multiple angles. You have, if you want to be in the friend's wedding, you can tell your cousin, hey, this was first. I'm so sorry. Like, I respect it. I'm going to be there for the bachelorette party or bachelor party, whatever. But first wins in this case. It's a really good friend of mine. And then
Yeah.
if you want to go to the families more, just go to your friend. Hey, family is blood's thicker than water type of
Yeah.
thing. Have to do this. Family situation. So sorry. Going to be there for the bachelorette. Be there for the wedding shower. Thank you so much for thinking of me like
Yeah.
this. But boom.
This has happened to friends of mine before. I mean, people get married on the same day, so sometimes
yeah.
you have to choose. It is like, especially with, you make an effort to be at their pre-wedding stuff. So like you said, the bachelorette, the bridal shower. If they're in the same city, you could always like do the rehearsal dinner for one and the wedding
Yeah.
for the other.
There you go. I love doing multiple events on in the same weekend. I
Yeah.
think I've done this before.
I don't think
actually.
you try to go to both. That's a lot.
No. Don't try to. I think it's also a little like. Is it a little
27
tacky
dresses.
to do both? Like,
No, but I mean,
I'm gonna go to your ceremony, then bail at the cocktail hour for another reception and like get a plate of food. I don't like that.
yeah,
move.
I think the answer here is pick which one you actually would rather be at.
Yeah.
And then use the excuses we gave you to let the other person down.
Yeah.
So if you would rather be at the friends, then the friend wins out because the friend asked first.
Mhm.
If you'd rather be at the cousin, then the cousin wins out because family.
Totally agree.
Easy peasy.
Totally agree. You have 2 avenues, both of them work. Solid excuses.
And if you don't want to go to either of them, then just pretend you have COVID and then don't go.
Pretend you have COVID. That's
I'm
that.
kidding.
COVID has been such an excuse for things in the last couple of years. Can you 2.25 years? I guess.
I feel like now though with COVID, we're getting into the area where people are like, "Oh, I can't. I got exposed to COVID." Like I feel like now it's less serious. Like people are like surviving it better.
Mhm.
Like everyone's getting it, et cetera, et cetera. So now you can use it as an excuse So and people are getting it more often, so you can like straight up just lie and be like, I have COVID.
I have COVID. Don't want to
Or
expose
like
grandma.
somebody in my
Don't want to expose your grandma.
somebody in my circle
she's
has
a
COVID.
lovely lady.
Because when people use that excuse against me, I'm like, you're a liar. Because I know, because I would use that excuse too.
Oh man.
I'm like, send me the test with a newspaper and you holding it up. I want to see both things to know that you're.
Want to see it? I want to see the lines.
I don't want to see your fake Google image test. Okay, I know you're lying to me.
I had the last time I tested positive for COVID. My line was so dark. I was the most positive person on the planet.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, maybe it weirdly like fades for a while, then comes back after 15 minutes. No. It was immediately positive. The culture in there was like, yeah, oh yeah, you are as positive it gets there, pal.
Yeah. All that being said, with the caveat of if you don't want to do something, this has nothing to do with this girl's question, by the way. If you don't want to do something, you're a grown ass adult. You can just say no. You can just say no, which I have started learning in my 32 years on this earth, that I can just start saying no to people instead of making up an excuse or flaking at the last minute.
Wait, you're gonna be so good when Fritz starts like wanting things, and you're just gonna nope. That's when I learned the word no. When I was just like,
so
hey
actually,
mom, can I have this? No.
I
hey
think
dad,
I'm like way worse with Fritz, because I think with Fritz, like if he whines or something and is like being annoying, I just give it to him.
Oh, you give in.
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
But he hasn't like gone full crazy toddler yet. But I have started learning with my friends, like, no, I can't go out tonight because I'm tired.
I am not there yet. I have extreme FOMO. I love saying yes, and I partially I just don't have very many responsibilities right now.
I think when you get older and start realizing like where you value your time, and it's okay to value your time.
It's okay to
laying
change.
in bed watching Love Island.
Absolutely.
It's okay to be an introvert, but that took years of learning, and I realize now that I'm older that I probably did more damage by either making up lies or being flaky
than just
instead
saying
of
straight
just
up
being
no.
straight up honest and be like, I don't want to do that.
That's a lesson that I need to learn.
Yeah.
I think that comes, I'm sure it comes with emotional growth and maturity and everything, but I need to learn that rather than like not responding to a, hey, do you want to do this text? Just being like, oh, I don't want to create, just being like, no, I can't, or I don't want to. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hit me with the next one.
And I think as a people pleaser, I always felt like if I said no, I had to give an excuse as to why, but you really don't owe anybody anything. So you can use COVID as an excuse, but you shouldn't. You should just be honest about how you feel.
I agree. Agreed.
That was a totally unsolicited advice. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's our answer to 2 weddings on the same day.
Yeah.
This one's a little more of a fun one. Sally, you ready?
Yeah.
What's up, Mail-In crew? I have been listening to some old episodes and had just 2 kind of follow-up questions on some things that I wanted a little more info on. So the first was, Brett, I'm curious to know if on your trip to Vegas, if you started off by putting $100 on the roulette wheel and what was the outcome. And also, as we're approaching pool season, Brett, you at one point mentioned that you were at the pool once and some guy peed in the pool, like standing up off the side, and it was quite alarming. I'm just curious, like, was this guy in front of other people, and could you like see his piece? Anyways, all right, I'll hang up and listen.
So it's even more alarming than that, Sally.
Okay, explain this one more time. So
it was not a man, it was a woman who, it's one thing to pee in a pool, and we'll get to that. She was sitting on the side of the pool, squatting, and peed into the pool, like stream and all.
So was she facing away from the pool, but her ass was hanging over the pool?
Correct, yes.
So she was doing this on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was...
That is just like full-on savage behavior.
It was the most jarring thing I may have ever seen in a public place.
Was she hammered?
Yes. Very.
Oh, my God.
And I was across the pool, like just in one of the chairs, like
Yeah.
trying not to pay attention. But it's hard to not pay attention when you hear like a stream hitting the water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as jarring of an image as I've ever seen in my life, a girl peeing into the pool.
Wow. Just like popped squat like she was on the side of the road.
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
That's so upsetting. That's never okay. It's just
I was just so aligned. I've peed in a pool before.
I mean, who among us has
Who
not been
among
in a
us?
pool?
But
If you are lying,
I never want
Adam,
to
have you
see
peed in the
stream.
pool before? Yeah,
I never
obviously.
want to see stream.
We don't. I mean,
No streams.
it's not a toilet bowl. You don't just like.
Ugh. No, don't. You can't stream.
You don't get
Insane.
into the pool if you're out of the pool. You don't get into the pool to pee in the pool.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
The only time it's acceptable to pee in the pool is if this is going to be a controversial take here.
Oh boy.
And I'm not saying that everyone should pee in the pool. I'm saying if you're in the pool and it's going to be like way more of a fucking hassle to get out of the pool and go to the bathroom, et cetera, do your thing. People are already peeing around you. I kind of don't give a shit. But like you're not like laying out and then being like, I need to pee. I'm going to get in the pool so I can pee. That's only acceptable if you're on a boat and you need to pee in the lake.
Yeah, pee at lake and ocean peas, totally fine.
Do what you want.
Absolutely, because you need to.
A pool for me, I'm going to make my very best effort to get out and pee in a bathroom. Okay.
Right. I appreciate that.
Because I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's a confined area
Correct.
that other people are standing in.
Mm-hmm.
A lake and an ocean, it's like, well, everyone else is peeing in it, and there's animals and shit that have excrement. Like, there's other issues at hand here.
Mm-hmm.
A pool, you're next to somebody. I mean, arguably in the lake too. Who cares? But like, it's just way worse.
I agree.
It's not a toilet bowl.
Correct. And I'm guilty of it, believe me. Well, it's not like I'm not shooting the messenger here. But like, I just don't want to see stream. Unless it's a lake, and you're peeing off the back of the boat. That's fine. But
yeah. I mean, everyone, you know what's going. I mean, I'm just going to tell people on a lake, like, we're in the middle of the fucking lake. We can't
there's not a whole lot you
drive
can
for 30
do,
minutes to go get me to a bathroom. Like,
No,
I'm
no,
going to
no.
jump off the side, pee about 20 feet away, and then swim back in. I mean, that's normal.
That's very normal. Very, very normal.
But a pool, you've got to make your best executed effort to get out and go to the bathroom.
And just caveat, I realize there's situations where it's just like, it's not going to
There's situations. Okay. But
no streams. No streams. Secondly, he asked about, did I put $100 on black immediately in Vegas? I did not, because one, the Bellagio is it's spread out to get to things that you need to get to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of walking involved. And because we had a tea time very quickly after we arrived, we kind of needed to hang out by the lobby to secure transportation, to get our clubs out of the, that kind of deal.
Right.
So no, I did not. Roulette was not the first thing I gambled on. Golf was, and I actually didn't play roulette when I was there.
Oh, okay.
Because I fell in love with blackjack.
Oh.
And just kind of ended up working my way around the blackjack tables.
Were you up or down when you left Vegas?
I was up a hilarious $7. I walked away from Las Vegas
even,
up $7. Just like dinners don't count, champagne doesn't count.
Right.
That's like on a different thing. But like the cash I took out at the
gamble.
Austin International Airport to gamble with, I ended up $7 up.
Wow.
And it was.
What'd you spend the $7 on? Did you invest
probably
it? Did you put it in a Roth IRA?
This is not an ad read. Or segue. No, I don't even remember what I did. I never carried cash. I was expecting to lose it all.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, now I just have $1,007 of cash that I don't have anything to do with.
When you were growing up / like now, did your parents tell you stuff like you need to carry cash because like what happens if you're stranded on the side of the road?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then you're like, Dad, it's 2015. If I get stranded on the side of the road, they probably likely won't take cash. Like,
Yeah. Hit me with a
What-
Venmo, man.
yeah, like, what are you talking about?
Right. No, I think carrying cash is sort of like I think of like John Duda and like the 80s and Will DeFreeze. Like it's kind of in style to carry cash. It's like I'm a mature adult thing.
I think carrying cash is important for stuff like tips, but
Yeah.
when I have more cash than like $100 in my wallet, I like don't consider it. Will and Randy are currently counting their cash back there. I like
Wow,
don't
look at-
consider it to be like
we're
real
cash
money.
guys.
It's like okay.
Will says his money folds. It doesn't jiggle. My money's tied up in a Serge Ibaka NFT. Anyway, no, I'll do like $40 here and there. The fast cash 40.
Yeah.
Usually spend like
Well,
like
Adam's
eight
got
towns
a
got
single
cash.
dollar.
Does everybody carry cash? Am I the one that
hold
doesn't?
on. I'm gonna see how much I have. I actually
Oh my gosh, Sally, we're live. Where Sally is unplugged her
sorry.
mic.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. I unplugged the mic. Let me just tell you how much cash I have.
Okay.
It's not in my wallet.
This is
because
great. This is
Fritz-
great radio. Adam.
Oh, Fritz opens my wallet and then pours everything
we have to
out
clip
of it.
this. Fritz plays with the wallet. Oh, look at that. $2 so far. Should buy one Powerball ticket with that.
Hold on.
$3.
$3.
Which is really a solid amount of cash to have because that's like a valet
That's
tip.
That's a one tip.
That's a perfect valet tip.
Yep.
My valet guy at Fix, it's all digital now. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Now when I valet, I'm like, do you have Venmo? Can I Venmo
yeah. Do you have Venmo? Or they have the little iPad like square
Yeah.
system where it's like, do you want to put a tip on? I'm like, yeah, 20%. There
Yeah.
you go. Man, how did we get there?
We should probably deal solely in cash so we don't have to like have Big Brother,
Ooh.
involved in our shit.
How about the last one, Sally?
Okay.
You may have already done something similar to this before, but a little refresher as it is pertinent for the weekend. Hey, y'all. Looking forward to meeting you guys at the meetup this weekend. Looking forward to meeting you too. As someone who doesn't live there, what are the best spots to hit when visiting Houston?
Okay, we have done Houston
We have done
before.
Houston before, but let's do a quick
Let's
run
do it
through.
in the context of the meetup.
Okay. El Tiempo.
Obviously El Tiempo. And just so everyone, just to be very transparent, I texted a bunch of my girlfriends that I was going to Houston. So we're having dinner on Friday for my birthday.
Very cool.
And I was like, I want to go to El Tiempo.
I think that's very fair.
And they all shot me down.
Why?
They were like, Sally, because like when I lived in Houston, like every few weeks we would have a dinner at El Tiempo with like 1,000 people, and everyone's like, God, Sally, pick somewhere else. Like, so
It's your birthday. You should be entitled to LT.
we are doing no kids, and one of my friends was like, controversial take. If we're not bringing kids, then I think that we should go somewhere besides El Tiempo. And then like everyone else piled on. I was like, agree. I was like,
oh, that's so sad.
But I think we're going the next day.
Yeah,
Possibly,
we're going
yeah,
before the meetup
Before
to
the
LT.
meetup. So I'll get it in then. And as somebody who frequents Matt's a lot, like I probably don't need to, like every weekend that I have is like eating rice and beans. So maybe I should go somewhere else.
It's El Tiempo. It hits different.
Yeah.
Something about it.
But I'm going to let you take the reins on this. Cause for me,
Mhm.
Houston, I lived there for years, but I haven't been back. I mean, I go back, but I haven't like lived there in 6 years. So obviously staples like LT are like my favorite. Local foods is now in Austin, but one of my favorite lunch spots.
Sure.
Great sandwiches as salads. If you know, you know.
Ooh, interesting.
What else?
I'm thinking of like districts more than anything because
Yeah.
we went to I've been to a million different dinner spots. I'm thinking of like Little Woodrow's is always fun. I think it's one of the original Little Woodrow's, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Turtle races, but
We're gonna be in the Heights a lot because that's where
Yeah.
my friends live that we're staying.
Heights
with.
is sort of not the new district, but it's like
No, but
it's where people go. It's is that like McIntyre's and Drift is in the Heights, right? I'm mixing up Heights and Washington.
Well, so Washington is right south of I-10, and then Heights
Yes.
is north of I-10.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, I used to live in Washington area, like Rice
Mhm.
Military. And
Yes.
then,
Okay. I would go Heights is probably the most fun I've had in Houston as far as like bars go. That's like Heights Beer Garden. That's McIntyre's. That's Drift. That's there's another one up there I can't think of. And then Washington is fun too, and that's like the bottled blonde
yeah.
type of spots.
Kirby Ice House. Oh, you know what? Is this still a thing in Houston? We always went to Lizards.
I've never been.
Really?
No. Lizards.
It's like a house. It like kind of in the Kirby area.
Lizards Pub. Yeah, it's still a thing.
Yeah. Like we always would go there.
That's wild that I've never heard of it because it's near where Caroline used to live, kind of.
We would always get mind erasers at Lizards because
Oh,
it's
gosh.
in a house. So, like it's in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
legit house.
Mhm.
And the bar is like what the kitchen is. And there's like some really hilarious like 70s style rooms in there. But we would get mind erasers there all the time. And the last time I was there, I think I was so intoxicated that I had a mind eraser, but I was sipping it slowly like it was a cocktail, which
Oh
is
gosh.
unfortunate.
Yeah, yikes. Yikes.
Which what we used to do because Armando's is over there.
Oh,
we would go to
that's a
Armando's
very good one.
on Thursday where all the Cougars are.
Yes.
And then we would go to Lizards afterwards.
Armando's. That's right. It's Cougar Night. I have
It is Cougar night. Yeah.
a very good friend of mine, a very good friend of ours, actually. His very good friend was a frequenter of Thursday night at Armando's.
Yeah. Well, so if you're Houston, people know that when you are up in like near River Oaks, over by like Westheimer and Kirby and stuff like that,
Yep.
there are some specific places where you can see older men with some ladies of the night, and you can
Oh.
also see some cougars out on the prowl. For sure.
I think you can't go wrong in Houston. It's a great food city. It's a huge city. Be
Mhm.
prepared to Uber, but Heights is a good area if you want to have some bar fun. Kirby Ice House is whether it's Memorial or Kirby downtown-ish. El Tiempo is probably a good spot. Ninfa's is a lot of fun.
One of my other favorite places, and I was really pulling for this for the meetup. I get why we're doing Kirby, but West Alabama Ice House is like one of my favorites.
You know, never been.
It's like
Never
a
been.
really divey, like I mean, it's all outdoors, so it's hard when it's really hot outside. But little dive bar off West Alabama
Man,
that I love.
looking forward to getting back to H-Town.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for questions, Sally. I'm going to open it up now for shower thoughts, though.
Okay. So I had this thought the other day.
Okay.
Because we have a spider web that continues to, like, every time we knock it down, be rebuilt by this spider
Okay.
on the corner of our door
Yep.
frame.
Yep.
I never have seen the spider. I really don't like spiders, but it got me thinking, like, how do spiders make webs? And then, like, more
Yep.
importantly,
That's a great fucking question.
well, they are like spinning like their silk strand or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know that they like, because I've seen Charlotte's Web and I'm not an idiot, that they like jump from wherever they are down to like for the door. They're like at one corner of our door to the other.
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
spinning the web and then the little silk things coming out of their butt. But I'm like, how are they doing it when you see webs between like trees and stuff?
It's one of nature's ultimate mysteries.
It's not though, because I looked it up.
Oh, here we go.
This is from earthsky.org.
Okay.
How does a spider spin a web between two trees? The spider does this by physically pulling the spider silk through its spinnerets, silk secreting organs on its abdomen. Whoa. Once the thread is started, the spider lifts its spinnerets into the breeze. It's the breeze that is the secret to the spider's ability to spin a web from tree to tree. So what you do is what the spider does is like it's secreting the silk threads, and then it basically jumps and the breeze takes it to the other tree.
Wow. So the breeze is the key.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
it's like if you're basically like open up a fly on a fishing rod and you like
Yeah.
cast. It's like
Yeah.
that. You see the stuff going out like
Yeah.
that. Interesting. It's
How
crazy,
weird
man.
that they just like have these organs that like secrete like. I hate spiders.
Silk.
Ugh.
I hate spiders too. How do
Ugh.
birds build nests?
But birds go and gather shit and then bring it back.
How cool is that? Beavers build dams.
Mm-hmm.
Like animals build houses.
I build
There's
nothing.
crabs that take shells and use it on their body and just carry around shells. How cool is that? They're like
Would
little
that be like
slimy.
a hermit crab? That's
Yeah,
what they do,
I,
right?
I think so. I don't think it grows its own shell.
Well, no.
And
But
then once it gets too small, they just pop it out
Right,
and
but
pop
like
in a new
some
one.
crabs, like soft-shelled crabs, like have their own shell, grow their own
Yes.
shell.
Did you see there was a scorpion in my fucking laundry basket?
Dude, scorpions are the worst.
There's a scorpion in my laundry
Did you
basket.
kill it?
I don't know.
You should never flush them down the toilet because they can crawl back up.
Well, I put it in the washing machine and ran it.
So
Then I put it in the dryer.
we
And I
okay.
haven't seen anything since.
You just never found it in the
Never
washer?
found it.
Okay. This is gonna sound like really serial killer-ish and like pretty fucked up, but like we would find a lot of scorpions out in our parents' house because we like kind of live out in the country.
Yeah.
And my dad would catch them and then like put them in a jar together and let them like fight to the death.
Oh my God. He was actively creating super scorpions.
And a couple times because you like literally besides like smashing them, they like can survive through a lot.
Oh, that's good to know.
So my dad one time had a this is actually so fucked up. Like poured bleach on them to let them just
Oh
like
my
dissolve.
God. What? Did it work?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he like smashed them first, but then I think he poured bleach on them.
They weren't
on top of that.
alive? Oh.
No, one time we found a scorpion mom with like 8 scorpions on her back. Ugh. Ugh. It's so upsetting. Adam is.
Do you
this is
think
like
it
the-
survived a washing machine and dryer?
we don't know for sure. Okay, they can survive really hot temps.
What about like drowning? Apparently, if you can't flush them down your toilet,
Well, you gotta. Yeah. Did you put bleach in the washer?
I put two pods, 2 Tide Pods.
You're gonna have like a radioactive scorpion like come sting you in the middle of the night.
Well, I would turn into Scorpion Man.
Yeah.
Now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous. There's a scorpion alive in my house.
Have you ever been stung by a scorpion?
No, I heard that.
It's
I did look it up
painful.
though. You can't. It's like, thank goodness they're not like gonna kill you, but it doesn't. It is gonna hurt.
It's fucking painful.
Yeah.
I got stung.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I'm using a lot of F-bombs in this podcast. We can edit them out or mark it as explicit. I've gotten stung twice.
Oh wow.
Once on my thumb, and it like radiated my whole arm for like
Ooh.
and shoulder for like a day. It's not
That's-
great.
Yeah.
I think in Jackass, like one of the most recent ones, she gets stung like in the lips as like a joke, like lip filler thing.
Mhm.
And it's like stinging her in the face. I'm like, that has to be so painful.
Yeah. Do you get stung by the clampers or the tail?
No, the tail.
Yeah.
The stinger.
Eesh. Not a
It's
fan.
not good.
Not a fan.
Oh,
and
they're just like gross.
it was like it was big too. I didn't like. They're like that big. They're
Yeah.
not like little spiders.
No,
They're
ugh.
big, man.
Let's not talk about it anymore.
All right. I need to
Gross.
search for scorpions.
Do you
in my
have any
house.
shower thoughts?
Yeah. You mentioned how it's hot MILF or summer for Sally. It's hot DILF summer for Brett.
I canceled Hot Milk Summer
Why'd you cancel it?
because
Saying no to things sounds too good.
no, once a certain branch of the government started taking away my fundamental rights, I just kind
I
of gave up
see.
on life.
Got it.
We can move past it.
Okay, so hot milk summer has been canceled. For Sally.
I just was like, why am I fasting? Why am I trying to eat healthy? Why am I doing Pilates?
There's no more flirting for Sally.
No more flirty for me.
Well,
I just am it constantly feeling existential dread. Yeah.
Okay.
We're taking
Well,
a real dark turn over here.
For me,
Tell me about your hot DILF summer.
well, my doctor said I need, like I said, to lower my sodium intake. So I'm just gonna work out a bunch and hang by the pool and eat really healthy and get tan as fuck and put lemon juice in my hair so I get blonde.
I don't know that doing the lemon juice is a great look because it can skew a little cat pee yellow on some people.
Cat pee yellow?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you know what I'm talking about. Because there were girls that would like do lemon juice that you're just like,
ooh, doesn't work.
It's like
well.
it's like the weird yellow orange.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're like, that doesn't look good, yellow orange.
Yeah. Just let the sun do it naturally. You don't need to
It's
add.
pretty blonde now.
Yeah, exactly. You don't.
This
need
is
to,
not. This is not influenced. This is
right. That's what I'm saying. I think
pre-influenced.
you let the sun just do its thing.
okay.
I wouldn't add lemon juice.
Okay. Maybe
Also,
I'll-
if you another PSA, if you get lemon or lime juice on your skin and then go out in the sun, you can get major burned.
Burned.
So watch out, people making margaritas, because you got to wash your hands.
Good PSA. Yeah, no, hot dilf summer for me.
Hot till summer, existential dread summer for Sally.
Oh, that's gonna do it for today.
I'm sorry.
Adam, anything you want to go to therapy about? Yeah.
We can just.
I'm sorry, scorpions.
We can
and
laugh through it, live, laugh,
existential
love.
dread.
We're doing it.
living, laughing, loving. Where can the folks find you, Sally?
Why are you so upset?
I'm not. I thought we were gonna be like two badass like co-hosts having the summer of our lives.
Listen, I am vain enough to still care about looking hot in Italy in like 2 months.
Oh, very true.
So I haven't fully given up. Okay. I'm just being less flirty than usual.
Okay. So don't come up to Sally at the meetup. Just give me in the corner playing
I'll
Papa
just
Shot
look
by
like
herself.
Wednesday Addams over there, like just okay.
Oh, Wednesday Addams. Good Addams family poll. Anyway, please subscribe.
You can find me at Sally DeFreeze on Instagram and Twitter, and I post a lot of political stuff. And feel free to jump into my DMs and tell me what a piece of shit person I am. We can Adam edit this part out. We'll edit that out. And you can find me at Sally DeFreeze on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me at Schmerman on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe, rate 5 stars, review, and tell a friend about this podcast. If you like scorpions, especially 888-362-MAIL.
And the link in the Twitter bio.
I'm getting there.
I'm finishing your sentence for you.
888-362-6245 or
The link in the Twitter bio.
at Mail In Podcast. Well, that'll do it for this week. See you at the meetup.
See you at the meetup.
Looking
We'll
forward to
both
it.
be flirty. We are planning on making a reel.
Oh,
I already talked to you about
teaser
it.
alert. We
Yeah,
did.
teaser.
All right. See you guys next week. Thanks, Adam.
Bye.